Almost. Good morning, my fellow spiritual travelers. And you got yourself here, live and in color. Thank you for choosing Unity Village Chapel. I personally think you've made a very wise choice today. My name is Rev Brenda, and I'm one of two staff ministers here at UVC. I live up in Iowa. I think a lot of you know that. So I go over hill and across the rivers and through the fields, and here I am in the big city. And I want to thank our esteemed senior minister, Rev Erin, for inviting me to be with you this morning. It's always a deep pleasure to be in your midst. I also want to say hey to the online folks, my peeps in the virtual sanctuary, YouTube, where else? Zoom, Facebook. Did I leave anything out? Website, which is our biggest online number. So that's interesting that. Anyway, here we are. Let's start with a centering prayer. I always know when I'm coming into Unity Village that I am crossing the threshold to the spiritual bubble. That we are indeed on holy ground, live in person, virtually in the ethers. In this holy moment, we all connect heart to heart with our fellow spiritual travelers. And we know that as we connect in consciousness, that we are creating a field of energy. And I invite us to set our intention this morning to a consciousness of unity, a consciousness of deep, deep peace, a consciousness of grace and compassion for our fellow human beings who are experiencing any sort of challenge in this moment at this time. And as we consciously contribute to this energy field, we create an upward spiral of consciousness. Who we are, what we are, how we show up makes a difference in our universe. That's a beautiful thing to be aware of. So we embark from this now moment and navigate our morning together in peace, grace, and divine love. Always, always, always giving thanks. And so it is. Amen. Do we have children on the premises this morning? I know we have a leader of the littles. Good morning. Look at this crew. A whole bunch of cuteness. Hi, sweetheart. Can I see your name? Oh, a panda and a butterfly. Addie. Hi, Addie. My name's Brenda. And what's your name? You got a slippery tag. Riker? Riker? Mm-hmm. Good to see all you guys. Some of you, I know your faces. So you're here this morning to hang out together, hang out with Miss Aisha, and learn some really good stuff about what divine beings you are and how special this day is for us. So thank you to the parents, the family members, the folks that got these beautiful ones here. And we bless you today. Are you ready to receive? Touch your heart space. Ready? We love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. And our favorite song.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Did you all know we have a band that shows up every Sunday?
Woo-hoo!
Every Sunday. You know, it's like when your mom wakes you up and says you got to get up and you say, I don't want to. You have to. You're the band. Todd, Steve, and Joe. And this one, Stephanie, the vocals today. Are we blessed or what? We appreciate you. So in Unity, we teach a couple things. You know, sometimes people say we have no dogma in Unity, and I beg to differ. I call our 5 principles our dogma, our creed, our what we live by. And we honor all spiritual practices. That's a beautiful thing about Unity, because it doesn't happen in every sect of religion. And we honor the diversity of paths leading to enlightenment. We teach, we believe, and we know that there is one presence and one power in our lives, in the universe, and that presence is God the Good. We know God as divine love, divine law, divine mind, divine principle, source, substance, truth, and a whole bunch of other names that aren't coming to mind right now. It's how you know Spirit and how you relate with Spirit. We also teach in Unity, which is what got me here and what keeps me here. We are born blessed. We are created out of the energy of divine love, and that divine energy resides at the core of us. So how do we relate with Spirit? How do we align with Spirit? Prayer, meditation, open heart, open ears. And the 4th principle is one of my favorites. We create our experience of life through our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. We create our experience of life. Life brings it, and here we are watching the movie screen of life going, maybe I could have done that a little differently. Let me just back up and what's the word I want? Make amends. And the final one is, particularly in this community, I love Rev Erin says very frequently, are you ready for the practice? Because we're not about just spouting beliefs or principles. We are about living these principles. We are about demonstrating, and we are about learning about divine law and living by it. Erin started, I keep saying Erin and I apologize. Rev Erin started a week or so ago, a little shout out to some of our peeps that bring all this together. So I laid awake many hours last night deciding who I want my shout out to be. And of course, it has to be the Zoom team and the deep dive teams. Yeah. So we have a team of hosts that are present in Zoom every week, and they also host the deep dive discussion. We have a deep dive live with, and I just saw Mary Kay tootle around the corner. Mary Kay Ziegler and Courtney. So deep dive, we say it every week, but I don't know if we talk about what it is. It is peeps coming together to share, discuss what we heard in the message. Question it. It's so fascinating to me because every week people are on Zoom, people are in awe of the message and how personal it was and how it is so applicable. And different people hear things in different ways. Isn't that fascinating? Oh, I heard her say XYZ. So all are welcome. You can either tune in to Zoom as you are leaving the Temple of Taupe, or you can hike over to the bookstore, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say bookstore. That dates me about 20 years. Yes, Fillmore Cafe, and it's the room in the back and on the right. So you're all welcome to join that. I think I'm about done with what I need to say. Do you want to just pick up anything I forgot, Adam? I understand you're on platform today. Come on up. Oh, song first. My bad. I'm new here.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every storm. You'll feel part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you've never, ever heard before. And on that clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever and ever more.
Okay, now it's my time. Good morning, everyone. I'm Adam Johnson, proud congregant and currently serving on the board. Let's see here. We've got a little bit of a list of announcements. You're invited to download the Unity Village Chapel app from the App Store. Search for Unity Village Chapel. You can view the Order of Service tab at the bottom. And to follow today's order of service, view the announcements, and stay connected. You can also share prayer requests on the prayer wall, where our ministers, chaplains, and community will hold sacred space with you. Don't forget to mute your phones and any other noisemakers. Registration is open for our annual prosperity class based on spiritual economics. Yes, I'm excited for that starting this week. Join us Wednesdays, January 14th. Through February 25th, 7 weeks, from 6 to 7:30, in person or online. You can join us for soup and salad potluck on Sunday, January 25th, right after service. We'll have vegetarian, gluten-free, and seed oil-free options. Come enjoy good food and warm fellowship. Chanting for Peace is Friday, January 30th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in the Fillmore Chapel and on YouTube Live. Join Aisha and musical friends for sacred chants honoring the season for nonviolence. We are accepting applications for those called to serve on our Board of Trustees. Applications are due Friday, February 6th, 2026. For questions, speak with the board chair, Benita Paulson, or email the office. If you're curious about Unity or interested in becoming a member, join our 3-week Explorer and Membership class on Zoom. Saturdays, February 7, 14, and 21 from 1 to 3 p.m. Our Unity Prayer Series also meets Saturdays, February 7, 14, and 21 from 10 to 11:30 on Zoom. Learn about Unity Prayer, New Thought Principles, and experience guided prayer together. Reverend Erin will lead a special Babies and Bellies blessing on Sunday, February 8th during our 10:30 a.m. service. Bring your little ones or little ones on the way for a joyful celebration. I've also been asked to request if you are a healing practitioner or if you know a healing practitioner that would like to offer their services. We are gathering people to be able to do that again, and we would request you to speak with Teresa. Okay, we'll see. Early bird registration is available through January 20th for Women Rising 2026. And that, if you are not familiar, is something that is increasingly a big deal and a very vibrant community, and something I'm a little bit sad to not be part of myself. So if you can, you should join it. Happening Saturday, April 18th. Speakers lunch and connections with local women-owned businesses and healers. Our prayer chaplain training begins in February with 2 follow-up sessions in March and April. No prior experience needed, only to be a member and a heart for prayer and service. You'll learn sacred listening, holding spiritual space, and the fundamentals of UVC prayer chaplaincy. Full details and registration for all events are available on our website, on the app, and in the weekly newsletter. We now move into our giving and reading of the daily word. We give thanks for your loving participation in the flow of divine abundance. You may give as a sustaining giver through our app and website by mailed check, text to give at 816-800-9296, or by placing cash and checks in the baskets as you exit. Let us take a moment of sacred exchange to bless our gifts. Hold your offering in your hand or heart, and we affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Now I would like to invite you to relax and close your eyes if comfortable as we turn to the daily word. Sunday, January 11th, guidance. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. Created in the image and likeness of God, I have creative power to bring my ideas to life. I choose which thoughts to nurture and grow, and where and how to invest my time and energy. Like a sailor preparing to embark upon the open sea, I do not travel alone. I get clear about where I want to go and what I want to experience and get ready for the journey. I map the course to my goals and make an action plan. God accompanies me as the wind that fills my sails and propels me. I hold the rudder and choose the route, but ultimately the wind moves me. I collaborate with Spirit within and feel secure and brave, knowing I am always supported. With divine guidance to rely upon, I move confidently in the direction of my dreams. The human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps. Proverbs 16:9.
Though the road ahead may not be clear, the God that lives inside will always be right here. And I will follow wherever it leads. A simple faith is all I need. And I can conquer any fear when I let my own light shine. I can go for what I want when I remember I'm divine. I will look ahead with confidence, and I will take a step and jump down off my fence. 'Cause I have ears to hear and love and eyes to see. Yeah. A simple faith is all I need. And I can conquer any fear when I let my own light shine. I can go for what I want when I remember I'm divine. I will meet what each tomorrow brings, and with a joyful heart that is ready now to sing. And as my spirit guides, I'm gonna take its lead. A simple faith is all I need. A simple faith is all I need. A simple faith is all I need. A simple faith is all I need.
My trick knee just glitched. So if I collapse, it's not an emergency, it's just my knee not working. The most delicious moment of the week, yes? I invite us to step into this moment with an awareness that this is our time. Our time to allow our minds to do what they do, allow our minds to conjure up random thoughts, to-do lists, busy things. Let's just allow our mind to do that and bring our focus to our core, to our divine nature, to our heart space to the breath. Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh taught that with 3 complete breaths, we come home to ourselves. We come home to the body. We come home to spirit. We come home to the ethers. A complete breath drawing in oxygen through the nostril and exhaling through the mouth. And another. Can we notice the rhythm of the heartbeat, the rhythm of the breath, the rhythm of the activity of spirit in us as us? There is one presence, one mind, one heartbeat, and that is the spirit that birthed billions of individual expressions of this presence. Ever so gently, we follow the breath. And if for a moment our thoughts take center stage, we return our mind to the rhythm of the breath, to the rhythm of the heartbeat, and to the beautiful sound of silence. As we lift our consciousness in this collective field, we are aware of the rippling consciousness of healing, of wholeness, of unity, knowing that in this moment we are fully supported The truth is, despite any outer appearance, the truth is we do live in a friendly universe. Universe is on our side. The universe rushes to support our highest good and the highest good of all on the planet. So as we move from this moment, let us please, please hold in our hearts this truth. Spirit is in the midst. Spirit is in the midst. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. Thank you, Adam, for mentioning one of my favorite topics, the prosperity series that's coming up. We launch it this Wednesday, and as I watched you go through those announcements and looked at the screen, I'm thinking, what staff people planned all of that in just 3 short months here? We have a lot that's going to be hopping, a lot of opportunities for participation and connection. We're delighted to see so many already enrolled in the Prosperity Group. We are meeting live here at the Village. Is this the right direction, Mark? In the UVC community space. We're also meeting on Zoom. So you can choose either mode that works best for you. And if you've not already enrolled, there's still time. There's still time. So hopefully after what you hear today, you're going to be chomping at the bit to get on the website, unityvillagechapel.org, and get yourself enrolled. Yes? Wow. Wow. That enthusiasm almost knocked me over backwards. Tone it down. Come on. So I'd like to ask one question, brief survey. When you hear the term prosperity, what comes to mind? You gotta holler. Abundance. Yes. What else? Whatever comes to mind. Somebody said something. Unburdened? Yes. Unburdened. Money? Well-being. Oh, who said that? Gold star. Not that the other answers, but well-being, doesn't that cover a multitude of life? Peace. Anybody else? 1 or 2 more.
Peace.
Blessed.
Consciousness.
I am prosperous. I am blessed.
Consciousness.
It's all about the big C. Consciousness. So, I stumbled into Unity by invite of a friend. By the way, if any of you have any friends, you might mention this experience to them. I stumbled into Unity, I think it was maybe mid-'80s, which now sounds like a very long time ago, but it didn't used to. And I had never heard the term prosperity. So the first Sunday that I heard our minister speaking about it, later I made a beeline, and I was like, what is this? What's prosperity? What does it mean? What does it look like? How do I get me some? How does this work? And after that, I started taking courses on the topic. And through those courses, Mark, would you agree with me? Through those courses, we learn more and more and more about well-being and abundance and unburdensome and consciousness. There was another couple. I mean, over the years, Mark and I have taken every prosperity course available. I think we both have read probably 90% of the prosperity books on the market, and every single time it gets deeper, and I'm more grounded in it, more solid in it. Our source material is right down there in that little black bag. Nothing to see here. Mine is very well worn. I started with it in 2007. It's called Spiritual Economics. It's what I would call kind of a different lens on prosperity. That's what I appreciate about this. It's written by Unity legend Eric Butterworth, and he covers a lot of bases under the umbrella of prosperity. Today we're going to focus on, well, chapter 1, but I see it as the foundation of prosperity. So those questions that I asked my minister, and I started taking those courses, I must admit that the road from, I kid you not, sheer panic over tithing to working the principles of prosperity in my life was a very long and winding road. It was not linear by any stretch of the imagination. And when I think of prosperity, because little Georgia and I had just a beautiful dessert the other night. We did eat a meal, and we had a beautiful dessert, and it was a layer cake. And it was chocolate, of course, which is, why else would you eat any different kind of dessert? So if you think about a layer cake, there's a foundation, and then there's layers and layers and layers of cake, sweetness. By the time we get to the icing, we get to have our cake and eat it too. So let's start at the bottom layer and clarify. I have no place to put this book. Clarify substance. The Latin derivation means to stand under. And Butterworth wrote this. It may be a surprise to some peeps. God is not a dispenser of divine substance. I like to say, God is not a vending machine. J1, a new car, thank you very much. K5, a healthy relationship would be a bonus. M4, more money. I want a bigger wage. J2, perfect health. God is not a vending machine. God is the allness of the ever-present substance in which we live and move and have our being. So that's a big statement, and it's a lot of what I would call unity speak. Let's break it down, because I feel like this statement is really the crux of prosperity. If I could imprint one fact today and Wednesday, if I could imprint one fact about prosperity, it's this. Anybody feel like you know what it is? Prosperity doesn't live out there. Prosperity isn't coming to us from out there. We don't have to wait for it. God is the allness of ever-present substance in which we live, move, and have our being. Have you heard the example, I know I've used it before, of the fish swimming in the ocean, saying to one another, "Where is this water of which everyone speaks?" We are swimming in it. We are swimming in the ocean of abundance. And I mean that literally. We are floating in it. We are substance. It's the very energy out of which we're born. Substance is the basis of everything we see. If we look around us in this temple of taupe, if we look around our homes or wherever we are virtually, everything we see is based in substance. It's the invisible. Whenever I talk about substance, I always have to do this. It's the invisible material out of which every one and everything is made. Spirit, known as substance, constitutes our entire being. And I found a couple of sweet quotes by Charles Fillmore, who is the co-founder of this unity movement. And he wrote a book cleverly titled Prosperity. The spiritual substance from which comes all visible wealth is never depleted. Never depleted. It is right with you all of the time. It responds to your faith in it and your demands upon it. And he also wrote, it is your birthright to be prosperous, regardless of who you are or where you may be. And finally, he said, if you know how to take hold of the universal substance, consciousness, and mold it to your uses, you will be prosperous. There's another co-founder of the Unity movement. Her name is Myrtle Fillmore. She wrote also many books. This one is How to Let God Help You. Your prosperity comes through you instead of to you. And that is what I would like to implant from everything that we experience today and hear today. Prosperity comes through us instead of to us. Here's a kicker. If it seems not to come, that is because you have thrown up a barrier that prevents its unfoldment in your consciousness. That's the kicker about unity. There's some accountability involved, and it's not always comfortable. I believe that the start of living prosperously begins with the realization of these facts. It's not out there, it's right here. We are substance made manifest. I do not suggest, at least for me, it was not an overnight realization. It was not hearing it on a Sunday and walking out going, I got this. I know abundant living. I know prosperous living. I got this. It may be very new news to some of us. And for me, it was a process, years long, with so many layers in that cake. A process of stepping into that full realization of what prosperity really is. So when I look back at those years of my studying prosperity and wanting it so badly, there were really 4 key steps for me. And it started with that tithing. It moved to trusting in source, trusting in the warehouse of supply that never runs out. The warehouse of supply that is meant for me and you and you and you. It's not discriminatory. It's available to everyone on the planet. Then I realized I had to really employ these laws of prosperity that I was learning about in these courses. Took me a while, and God bless Reverend Jim Rosemergy. I had my final piece of the puzzle that I had been missing, and that was gratitude. I'm not talking about the bumper sticker attitude of gratitude. I'm talking about living from a grateful heart. which is my favorite chapter in this book, by the way, The Grateful Heart. So some of you may already be on the road to realizing prosperity. Do you feel like you are? Like you're down the road, you got this train started? And some of you may be embarking on that journey right here and now. But no matter your point in consciousness, we offer this course for your benefit, for your awareness, and for your success. We're invested in that as the staff peeps at Unity Village Chapel. Common question, is prosperity just about money? Is it about, getting more stuff, possessing things? Because I must admit, I did go through that stage, but I'm here to affirm, hell no. Prosperity is not just about money. It's not just about things. It's about relationships. It's about having enough time, having enough energy. It's about our spirituality, our travels. It's about physical and mental well-being. It's about career and creative expression. It's about so much. It's about life. So we are prosperity waiting to emerge, and our job, we have a commitment to make. I remain centered in the inner realm of spirit. I remain centered in the inner realm of spirit. Whoever cares to affirm that with me, I invite us to say it together. I remain centered in the inner realm of spirit. This is the key to living prosperously. There's so much good stuff in this book, but here's one of my very favorite quotes from Butterworth. God doesn't capriciously move substance from a supply up there to fill our needs down here. God doesn't move substance from a supply, just beyond the clouds where they keep heaven, that little corner of the universe, supply up there to fill our needs down here. And take a breath. Nor does God answer prayer in some sort of coming forth. What just came to mind is, God don't like no beggars. It's not about the begging. We don't have to ask for that dream job. We don't have to ask for that beautiful relationship, for wholeness, for well-being, for skills, talent, money. We must, however, what's our job? Remain centered in the inner realm of spirit. We must, however, claim our inheritance. Our master way shower, Jesus, taught us that in prayer. His prayers were about claiming truth, stating truth, affirming truth. He didn't ask for stuff, he gave thanks for it. So everything we need, all that we could become, the bigness of us, is lying dormant in the primordial soup of our very own creative divine self. And in that soup is divine ideas. Anybody had an experience with the divine idea? It just sort of like shows up from the inside out. It could be words from a friend. It could be literally a bumper sticker. It could be a thought that rose to the surface. Guidance. Divine ideas are in our guidance. So how do we get these things? All these things that have to do with abundance. I studied diligently. Like I mentioned, read every book that I know about on the market about prosperity, except for, what was that big popular movement? The Secret. The Secret. That annoyed me. So I did not study that so deeply. I took every available prosperity course. And you know what I did? I looked around my fellow spiritual travelers, and I talked to peeps who appeared to have some sort of mastery in prosperity. How did you do that? How did you achieve that? How did you get that? What were your steps? I remember, 25, 30 years ago, I was with two of my pals from Unity Cedar Rapids. We were in California at a Maria Nemeth workshop, The Energy of Money, Managing Life's Energy. And we were talking through the night in bed about, what the course was about and what we were learning. And my friend said how much she appreciated prosperous living. And I'm like, well, how'd you do that? And she said, I changed my mind about money. And I shot up in bed and said, what? I changed my mind about money. You know what she decided? She decided there was enough. I didn't know that was true. Not for me. Might have been true for other people at the time. So I mentioned when I took that first priority course, it was, what's the really long one? The 4 T's. Tithing of Your Time, Talent, Treasure by Stretton Smith. And if you've not heard yet that audio course, that's all I'll say about that. And they mentioned in that orientation that tithing would be a requirement of the course, and I literally stopped breathing. I was terrified. I was barely earning enough money to cover my monthly obligations. How was I going to tithe a percentage of my income and still have enough? I did not know the answer. I did not know the answer to that. So I took a very deep breath and committed to stepping off the cliff. And I took that 12-week course, and that started me on the road of tithing, which went up. I never stopped tithing, but it went up and down the percentage scale over the years. So there's a lot of backstory in there. My next step was to trust what I was learning. Spirit is source. Spirit is substance. Spirit is infinite, endless, boundless. The universe will never run out of substance. Never run out of substance. And over time, I have embodied that truth, and I can live from that truth. I know that I know that I know. So from tithing and trusting, I needed to start employing the principles. I tithed through my spiritual community. I began to deeply understand the law of circulation, how it works and why it's important. I shared my good with others. I received and gave gifts with great joy and gratitude. And I understood that in order to become the flow, it's different from stepping into the flow. It's becoming the flow. Giving, receiving, and gratitude for what I have were equally important, because so much of my journey was about what I didn't have yet. But when I was becoming prosperous someday in the future, I would have it. And Rose Murgy spun my head around on that one. So now might be a good time to ask ourselves, how am I doing with this upholding the flow? What are my practices? How am I doing with that? Am I a grateful giver? Do I truly give with joy and gratitude? Can I receive from others with delight? Anybody said, oh no, I can't? Anybody ever said no to someone gifting us something? You know what that's called? In my vernacular, it's called standing on your hose. Get off your hose. I was talking with someone about adjusting a fee, and they said, well, I really kind of want to argue with you about that, but I think I'll lose. And I said, I know you'll lose. We're standing on our hose when we are holding tight to what is mine, when we are saying no thank you to the good in the universe. Let me get your lunch. Oh, no, I got it. I have cash with me. I said, let me get your lunch. And that's what I intend to do. Are we clear? Right? I mean, it's a lot of learning. And Butterworth repeatedly reminds us the whole, all of God's substance is present in its entirety at every point in the universe. Substance can't hide from us. Substance can't avoid us. Substance can't not be available. Many Unity authors wrote about that existence of lack occurs in our own consciousness. My friend saying, I changed my mind. Remember Myrtle's thought, if we're not experiencing prosperous, that's hard to say, if we're not experiencing prosperous living, the barrier is in our own consciousness. Spirit does not supply lack. Lack is a state of mind. Butterworth tells us a lack condition cannot be altered until we alter the state of our mind, until we alter our consciousness. I want to be abundantly clear with just a little smidgen of lack. It's not a shame-blame concept. It's not my fault that I don't have, good health, enough money, healthy relationship. It's not a fault thing. That's simply not true. These questions, these ideas are an open invitation to question, what are our thoughts about it? What is our belief? So-and-so deserves abundance and prosperity, but not me. I'm not as good as they are. I haven't been in unity as long as they have. I don't know all the spiritual laws about prosperity. I can barely spell substance. So it's okay for other people, but not for me. So I invite us to cross that threshold of inquiry. What is this? How do you get it? How does it work? Show me where to start. We learn more about prosperity laws, and we begin to embody that, to truly put it in practice. Butterworth wrote, we must hold fast to the truth that we are created from substance, formed of substance, and ceaselessly supported by substance. We are buoyant in the ocean of substance. I can't swim and I can't back float. And many years ago when we were at my son's wedding in Mexico, I walked out into the ocean and I stopped at a certain point, and my husband was beside me and he said, it's okay to keep going, you can float. And I'm like, you have not seen me in a pool. And he goes, no, the ocean holds you up. The ocean holds you up. We are buoyant in the ocean of substance. The universe rushes to support our highest good. Who's game? Who's ready to question current beliefs about prosperity? Who's willing to commit putting prosperity laws to the test? I want to know if this works. That was my attitude. I read it in the book. I want to know if this works. Who's ready to cross the threshold? Anybody living with the thought, the feeling, the belief, there's not enough time, not enough money, not enough peace, not enough love. I'm not enough. Ugh. Who's ready to cross that threshold to knowing that you are completely supported by this endless supply in the universe? We'll see you Wednesday. Yeah.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good and prosperous. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom in a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world, a new world and a bold world for me, for me. Shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Oh, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. good and prosperous. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
And Joe, Steve, Todd, and Stephanie for today's beautiful music. Thank you all. Thank you, Reverend Brenda, for reminding us about the prosperity that is within us and encouraging us to take the course. I'm excited to be part of it starting Wednesday. It takes a village to create this service. Case in point was Teresa reminding me, don't you need to go up there to do the closing announcements? Like, oh, yeah.
Aren't you in the village?
We're grateful for everyone who makes it happen. Our prayer chaplain today is Dean Levine, available after the service to pray with you, and I encourage you to ask him for that. Fellowship is in the lobby with coffee and cookies. Deep Dive begins right after service on Zoom using today's link and in person in the Fillmore Cafe with Courtney McElwee and Mary Kay Ziegler.
There she is.
As you leave, offerings may be placed in the baskets with electronic giving available at the welcome table. You're also invited to join Five to Thrive with a simple $5 weekly or monthly gift. At the welcome table, you can pick up Daily Word, Reverend Aaron's, and Voices of the Village music, and sign up for classes and events. Now, let's give Stephanie, our band, one more round of appreciation as we stand and sing the peace song and recite the prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my silent vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All
That's
is
the
well.
truth. And that's the truth.
I was thinking about starting a little campaign because people don't realize how little amount of money makes a big difference.
Sounded beautiful. Thank you. you.
All right,
Wonderful
guys.
as always.